Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges, and fellow debaters, today we gather to discuss a crucial issue that has far-reaching consequences for the Philippines: the impact of El Niño on agricultural productivity. El Niño, characterized by warmer sea surface temperature in the Pacific Ocean, has been responsible for drought and altered weather patterns, leading to reduced crop yields and food security challenges. We argue that El Niño's adverse effects on agriculture cannot be underestimated. Get demand proactive resources to mitigate its impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. While we acknowledge that El Niño brings out about challenges, it is essential to consider the broader context. El Niño is a natural climatic phenomenon that has occurred for centuries. While it does create short-term difficulties for agriculture, it's important to recognize that the Philippines has developed resilient agricultural practices over time. Our stance is that while El Niño poses challenges, it also encourages adaptation and innovation in agriculture.
Thank you for your perspective. While it's true that the Philippines has dealt with El Niño historically, the increasing frequency and intensity of El Niño events due to climate change cannot be ignored. The prolonged dry spells associated with severe El Niño events can lead to significant crop losses, reduced water availability for irrigation, and livestock shortages. Vulnerable farmers, especially those relying on rain-fed agriculture, are hit the hardest. Immediate interventions are necessary to prevent food shortages and economic instability.
We appreciate your concerns, but let's not disregard the resilience and adaptability of Filipino farmers. In response to the El Niño, many have adopted water-saving techniques, crop diversification, and improved irrigation methods. These practices have shown promise in mitigating the effects of drought. Additionally, governmental initiatives can provide support by promoting sustainable farming techniques and ensuring access to resources. It's vital to recognize that the adversity often drives innovation.
While we acknowledge the efforts of farmers in adapting to changing conditions, it's important to remember that not all farmers have equal access to resources for knowledge. Small-scale farmers, particularly in remote areas, may lack the means to adapt advanced agricultural techniques. Moreover, the economic burden of recovering from severe El Niño events can lead to debt and financial instability for many farming families. The government must play a role in providing targeted resistance during their times.
Certainly, targeted assistance is crucial. However, we must also consider the economic impact of an overly cautious approach. Ramping up resource allocation for short-term El Niño events might divert resources from addressing longer-term challenges such as sustainable development and climate change adaptation. It's a balance that policymakers must strike, ensuring that immediate challenges are addressed without compromising the future.
In conclusion, the impact of El Niño on agricultural productivity in the Philippines is undeniable. While we acknowledge the adaptability of Filipino farmers, the increasing frequency of severe El Niño events requires a comprehensive approach. By investing drought-resistant crop varieties, promoting water management practices, and providing targeted support to vulnerable communities, we can safeguard our food security and economic stability in the face of changing climatic conditions.
In closing, we recognize the complexities of the issue at hand. El Niño's impact on agriculture is change that requires a multifaceted response. Let's not forget the strength and innovation of Filipino farmers. By fostering knowledge sharing, implementing sustainable farming practices, and ensuring equitable access to resources, we can continue to adapt and thrive in the face of environmental changes, including those brought about El Niño.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed debaters and fellow audience, I have attentively listened to both sides of this debate on the impact of El Niño and agricultural productivity in the Philippines. I will now provide my assessments and feedback. Assessment. The proponents' arguments emphasize the immediate and severe consequences of El Niño on agriculture. They make a compelling case for the need for proactive measures to mitigate its impact. They have highlighted the vulnerability of small-scale farmers and the importance of government support during these challenging times. On the other hand, the opponent has presented a well-balanced perspective, acknowledged the challenges posed by El Niño, but also highlighting the resilience and adaptability of Filipino farmers. They've emphasized the importance of innovations and sustainable practices. Feedback. Both sides have made valuable points, and this debate has been enlightening. Here are some areas of note. 1. Deep analysis. The proponent effectively conveyed an urgency of addressing El Niño's impact and provide specific example of its consequences. The opponent, on the other hand, showcased the importance of long-term resilience and innovation. Both sides could have delved deeper into the data and statistics supporting their claims. 2. The argument, both terms presented their points clearly, make it easy for the audience to follow the debate. However, it's essential to ensure that all arguments are well supported with evidence. 3. Relevance. Proponent brought up issue of unequal access to resources among farmers, which is significant concern. The opponent rightly highlighted the potential risk of over-prioritizing short-term measures. These points add deep to the debate. 4. Counter-arguments. Both sides effectively address each other's points, which is crucial in a debate. This demonstrates a strong understanding of the topic. Final thoughts. In conclusion, the proponent has highlighted the immediate challenges by El Niño, while the opponent has stressed the resilience and adaptability of Filipino farmers. The complexity of this issue is evident, and it's clear that a multifaceted approach is needed to address the impact of El Niño on agricultural productability in the Philippines. Each side has contributed valuable insight to this discussion. I would like to commend both teams for their well-prepared arguments and respectful engagement in this debate. This evident that this is the topic of a great importance, and I encourage further research and dialogue on this issue to find sustainable solution for the Philippines agricultural sector. Thank you for your contribution today.